Have you ever noticed how some characters in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic are basically copies of each other? Today, we're finally diving into those bizarre similarities between these ponies and trying to figure out if any of this actually means something in the show, or if the animators were just being lazy. So enough talking and let's go find out. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie and let's kick things off with one that's super popular because nobody knows why they look so similar. Rainbow Dash and Daring Do. Seriously, just look at those two. They're basically a copy and paste situation. Daring Do's mane look almost exactly like Dashie's, just in different shades of gray instead of rainbow colors, you know? Even the mane shape, the eye color, the eyelashes, and their expression are super alike. Personally, I think that was the show telling us that Dashie loves dangerous adventures just as much as Daring Do does. But what about how Fleur looks exactly like younger Princess Celestia? Real crazy, right? Like, they both have white coats, a simple, slightly wavy pink mane, and that classic rich pony vibe. And since Fleur is a part of Canterlot's high society, I was just thinking, what if she actually inspired her look of younger Celestia's appearance? Maybe she used paintings or old books as references, you know? But why? Trying to look like a regal pony, got it? Or maybe she just wanted attention since she totally seems that type. But if you guys have another theory, drop it in the comments because I seriously wanna know it from you. And maybe Twilight Sparkle and Moondancer, you're the exactly same case as Fleur and Celestia's. I mean, Moondancer's main shape, bangs, and even the streaks are practically identical to Twilight's. The biggest difference here is just the colors, but that's the least important part here, because even their personalities were super similar too, at least before Twilight learned about friendship, and I think a lot of that came from how much influence Twilight had on her. You know, when you admire someone so much that you start talking or even dressing like them without realizing it? I feel like that's exactly what happened to Moondancer. If you've ever wanted to see a male version of Rarity, then let me introduce you to Drink Tweedleweed, who's basically a copy of her in Equestria Girls. They both have a perfectly styled purple hair and the same super glamorous attitude, and honestly, it feels way too identical, right? Well, it was, because he and Applejack kinda had a chemistry going on, you know? And this was basically the producer's way of hinting that Applejack might have had a tiny crush on Rarity without making it too obvious. Since people probably would have started complaining and turning it into a drama online or whatever, the kind of headache the studio definitely didn't want to deal with. And if you're a fan of the series, you probably already figure out who Applejack's copy is supposed to be, right? Yep, it's Ragamuffin. Not only he is basically an exact copy of the country girl with the same hair and coat colors, but he's also got that funny southern accent that Rarity absolutely loved in that special, which kind of shows us that deep down, Rarity actually loves Applejack's country accent. But can someone please explain why Pinkie Pie looks exactly like Pacific Glow? Seriously, both of them are pink, they've got the exact same shade of mane, and they both seem obsessed with parties. Back when I saw part of that episode, I legit thought it was Pinkie Pie with a different hairstyle or something. And the craziest part is that she and Pinkie have actually met before. Like, did neither of them stop and ask why they basically look identical? People even came up with theories about Pacific Glow was secretly one of Pinkie's clones in disguise. And if you think so too, make sure to drop a like on the video because it seriously helps out the channel. This one was basically the same case of Starlight Glimmer and Aria Blaze, who look almost identical. Back then, it honestly feel like Aria was supposed to be Starlight's human version. Like, I don't even need to explain it. The second you look at them, you instantly see what I mean. But then, when the special Mirror Magic came out, we found out Starlight's human counterpart looked nothing like Aria. And let me know down in the comments if you've seen that Starlight special or not, and what you thought about it, okay? And well, from everything I found while researching, the only pony from G5 that really looks a lot like a G4 pony is Sunny Starscout and Scootaloo. There was even this fan art in screen now just to show how similar they are, even down to both of them loving adventures and being super energetic. In fact, before the G5 movie even came out, people were already making theories of how Sunny was some kind of alternative version of Scootaloo. I know, it's a terrible, crazy theory, and yeah, I probably don't need to say that those two girls have absolutely nothing to do with each other, right? But hey, if you know any other My Little Pony characters that look alike, let me know down in the comments. Depending on how many copycat characters you guys can find, I might end up making a part 2 of this video. Who knows? Hasta la vista!